What's going on, guys? So my mic is not the greatest, but just wanted to give a quick recap of this trade that I took. I think it's probably good for me to do these things. I think it might be informational for you guys and helpful. Just to those of you that, because I know I alert a lot of trades, but a lot of people want to know how I take the trades, why I took the trade. So we have INTC, that's the ticker. I'll try to break this down very simple. I really like this strategy a lot. I've used it a lot of times, um, and it's really just a simple strategy that I think is really good for you guys to know. The setup in general is a really good setup to trade, and I almost traded it on something else. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, maybe it was Meta. I think it was Meta around like this area, for a breakout. But I'll show you guys exactly what I did here. So, basically, I'm sure you guys saw Demon Alerts. He called out a crazy trade on this same ticker earlier today. I think maybe it was around morning time around here. He caught a good trade on it, but this was the trade that I took. So I'll show you guys exactly where I entered and why I entered and what happened. So the first thing I did was I drew support. As you can see, we had a level of we were kind of squeezing in a sense, and I don't really want to call it like a hard squeeze, but this was kind of like the setup we were forming, which is a flag or a pennant. And usually when you have big pushes up like this, when you have a big push up and then you kind of bounce around and squeeze into this area, you're bound to have a breakout. And in most cases, when you have a push up, you have another push up with your next breakout. So there's a lot of like technical stuff that I could get really deep into, but I just want to make this video short and informational. So yeah, I mean, I didn't even have this line here. I wasn't really looking at that, to be honest. I really just had this set up here just so I could see my resistance points. And once I saw this huge candle break above, I was very tempted to take a trade around here, but there wasn't enough confluence for me. And this was also a previous point of resistance, so I didn't want to take that. So what I did was I waited it out. I became patient. And I'm not quite sure exactly what this specific thing is called. But when you have this sort of pattern form where you make a really big high, you can't push over that high, and then you start coming down, you have a lot of indecision candles. So there's one indecision candle, two indecision candle, followed by a big push up, right? So what I like to do is I like to take this tool in TradingView as a horizontal ray, and I'll put it right here um, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you guys can see, but this point right here, because obviously when we're making um, lower lows, lower highs, we wanna mark off those resistance points so we can see where that break above is gonna be. So once I marked this out and once I saw this really nice full candle push above here, I went and I entered the trade. I think it came up, it came back a little bit, so I think I entered around 30.53. That looks like that's what the price is. Um, and then from there, it was just really a really nice push up. I think we had a nice candle here, and then we had a huge candle here, ran to 77%. So this was what my setup looked like, and at this point, it's still running. It's probably 80, 85%, but I exited the trade because I wanted to take, I mean, it was a massive explosion. And I know we could have set up another trade to kind of take this order block area or whatever you want to call it, for another trade up, and I'm sure this is going to end up hitting at least $31 up in this area. But like I said, it was a nice quick trade. I really liked it, and it was a really nice setup. So this is something that you guys should definitely study. Watch this video again, and if you like that I did this video, let me know so I could do some more. But yeah, hopefully you guys made some decent money off of that potentially. I did.